Hello and welcome to the Key Model World TV show. We're coming to you today from the fantastic Statfold Railway, and well, what a brilliant exhibition we've had here, and we're going to show you all of what the show's had in store.
Also, we're going to look at Ian Woodward's fantastic double-O gauge layout, Wardwood.
And to top that off, we've also got a full feature introducing Hornby's brand new TXS Bluetooth control system.
Tony's Trains of Rugby is located at Hillmorton Locks on the outskirts of Rugby. We are open Tuesday to Saturday 10 till 5 but closing early on Saturday at 4 o'clock. We stock Hornby Bachmann, Graham Farish, Pico, Gauge Master, Howjan, Oxford and Oxford Diecast, Acura Scale and more. We also have a large selection of second-hand models to suit all budgets. You can either visit us in store or reach me on 01788 543 442, visit our website tonystrainsofrugby.com or find us on Facebook.
Introducing Key Model World, your new online destination for everything railway and scale modelling. Featuring exclusive videos and features, unseen images, step-by-step guides, railway history and the latest news. Plus, it's home to our full layout build series.
I'm going to stop you right there though, because I didn't do this. This is all you're doing.
Join us for the latest content from Key Publishing's modelling titles, Hornby Magazine and Airfix Model World. Sign up today for as little as £3.75 per month, or if you're a magazine subscriber, bolt Key Model World onto your subscription package now. For more details, visit keymodelworld.com.
Hi, my name's Ian Woodward and this is my layout, Wardwood. I was born and bred in South Yorkshire, so I've based my layout in South Yorkshire. It's fictitious, but the area I've chose is between Barnsley and Wakefield to give me this huge scope of doing the Midland area and the Eastern area. I've chosen to model from 1968 to 1975. Steam is finished, so it covers green diesels and then the transition to blue diesels and blue and grey stock. The layout size was always going to be a compromise because I wanted to model an urban area with streets and make it look busy as I remember the railways. But I had an area of 16 foot by 2 foot, my garage put it in, and I also wanted to exhibit the layout, so it needed to fit in a large SUV. So I ended up with a layout 16 feet by 2 feet. Then I looked at the track plan, so I wanted a terminus station, but I also wanted a through platform where I could run freight trains. So I needed a fiddle yard and a transverser at each end of the layout to run off scene, but I've hidden them by putting the station in front of one of the fiddle yards and the goods shed in front of the transverser. Didn't leave me a lot of room for points, so I've had to compromise and use a few double slips, but so far they've proved very successful and they give me so much operating scope in a small area. It was basically a 2-track main line going to a 4-track station with a branch siding going through the station. So I had to work so a train could get from any of the 4 platforms from the arrival road and vice versa to the departure road. And if I'd just used points, it would have been longer than the whole layout. So putting double slips in was enabled me to compress the station throat area. And it's proved quite successful. I was a bit dubious about how reliable double slips would be in running, but on the whole they've been great. The station, I ended up with the 3-platform station and the through line. I wanted to model the trains that I used to see in my youth at South Yorkshire. Quite a lot of the London trains were made up of separate portions, 3 or 4 carriages, and then there would all join at either Wakefield or Doncaster to form a full London train. So I decided I could model one of the fictitious branch, providing a 3-coach train to London, then it went to somewhere like Wakefield or Doncaster and joined them. So I needed crossover points at the end so the loco could come in and be released. And then I wanted a through platform for freights predominantly to go down, with a branch line that DMUs could go down if necessary. Now for buildings, a lot of the bigger stations had canopies and station buildings. Initially I was going to scratch build all the canopies, but around that time Metcalfe brought out some laser cut canopies, so I got these and modified them to fit, along with Will's station buildings underneath. And they've been painted in the livery of the northeastern region at that time, which was white and light blue. Predominantly, a lot of the industrial areas had terraced houses backing right onto the railways, so that's what I've tried to recreate there. And of course, a lot of allotments all round this area that I've modelled at that time. The footbridge gives access from the terrace houses across the railway to the allotments and the fields beyond. I do remember people there with reel-to-reel tape recorders taping trains, and I've tried to include a chap doing that. And then on the footbridge there's a couple of photographers looking over at the stabling point as if they're trying to photograph locos there. So it's just as we were in the mid-60s and early 70s, I guess. First of all, I've tried to model vehicles that I remember seeing in the late 60s and early 70s. Most of them these days are bought ones because they're so good, but there are several kit ones there that I've built over the years and put on there. And a friend of mine in Birmingham built me a horse and cart to go on there, because believe it or not, in the late 60s we still had the greengrocer come round with a horse and cart, and the milkman occasionally had a horse and cart, so it fits the area. All small terminus at that time had a little DMU stabling area, which I've tried to model. There's room for 2 DMUs in there. There's a small walkway so the drivers can change ends, the cleaners can do any cleaning to do. And there's room for 2 DMUs in there. Right next to that is the freight side. Now, it's modelled on the theory that there used to be huge warehouses, as there were in Yorkshire, and these used to have regular pickups, but over the years it's got smaller and smaller, so a new goods shed has been built, and there's just a daily freight comes in, wagons are dropped off by a local trip working engine, and the empties are taken forward. It also gives me a nice opportunity to do a bit of shunting, and people like to see shunting as well as trains going by. The locomotives, the diesels themselves, are predominantly either Hornby, a Bachmann or Helgen. All modern ones, all DCC sound fitted and lights fitted. And we like the sound, the public seem to like the sound that we do from them as well. Not excessively loud, just so you can hear them and give an extra factor to them. The DMUs, they're a mixture. There are some ready-to-run Bachmann and Hornby ones, but most are kit-built ones. I enjoy kit building, and I've got them from Worsley Works and Silver Fox models, and they're run on proprietary chassis. I've either used Bachmann chassis, replica Railways chassis, and I think one of them runs on a Dapol chassis now. DMUs I remember from my youth, so I have a bit of a soft spot for them. But when I'm exhibiting the layout, it's amazing the amount of people that do come and ask about the DMUs specifically. They do create an extra bit of interest, I feel. I've tried to include a lot of detail on the layout, not just the trains, which I try and accurately model on prototypes I've seen photographs of, but all the street scenes. There's little cameos there. For example, the main road scene, there's a window cleaner who's up the ladder, there's an old lady outside scrubbing the steps, people talking. You move to the allotments, there's allotments with gardeners around, there's several dogs walking the layout, there's a beekeeper on the layout. So that when people look at the layout, it's meant for families. Some will look at and watch the trains go by, and other people you see pointing to various things in the allotments, the coal yard, the streets at the back. And they will ask me questions about them, which is really rewarding, thinking, oh, well, all that effort's not wasted, people have noticed them. I think I've got to the end of its evolution. The evolution's taken me a few years to do, but I can't see anywhere to take it any further. I initially started operating it from 1968 to 1970, just after steam had finished. But I've extended that now to include blue and grey in the tops to give me a bit more to do. I did used to find odd new road vehicles, odd scenic items to add to the layout, which I've done over the years, but I'm beginning to feel now it has reached the end of the road. I can't move it any forward. Having said that, there are no plans to get rid of it. I shall keep it and exhibit it for a few more years, then it'll become a permanent layout in my garage probably.
I'm Alex Yates and this is the Model Centre. We sell absolutely everything you can imagine in the popular scales. We've got our customisation services, so you've got weathering, got renaming and renumbering, and then all the sort of add-ons, so like real coal, we can fit the parts pack for you, nameplates, cab crew, everything like that. You can order online or on the phone, come and collect it from us, or you can come to the door and we'll just serve you from there. And we're doing free postage on the website as well to sort of compensate for the fact that the shop's not open. So you can visit us on our website, themodelcentre.com. Our phone number is 01947 899 125.
James Smith, and I'm the owner of Smith's Model Railways. Based in Sheringham in Norfolk, just on the main high street, really close to the North Norfolk Railway. So we stock from N gauge to O gauge, brands like Pico, Graham Farish, Hornby, Bachmann. Just launched our new loyalty card just after lockdown when we reopened. So we also offer these gift vouchers. You can either contact us via our telephone, email, or with our contact form on our website.
So the 2023 Great Electric Train Show takes place on October the 14th and 15th at the Marshall Arena in Milton Keynes, and we're going to have a fantastic array of layouts there, including Pete Waterman's amazing, well, actually going to be really amazing, Making Tracks 3 layout, which is going to be in its biggest ever form, 152 foot of model railway in one place from him. So those advance tickets are on sale now from shop.keypublishing.com, and you can save money by buying in advance.
Now, over the weekend of the 1st and 2nd of April, we've been here at the Statfold Model Railway for the Narrow Gauge Museum's Big Model Railway Exhibition, which has been taking place. I'm going to give you a few of the highlights from this year's event.
The Statfold Barn Railway near Tamworth played host to its second annual Model Railway Exhibition across the first weekend in April. The Model Railway exhibits were spread across 2 halls within the 1,000-acre site in Staffordshire, with 30 or so layouts and a wide selection of trade stands and societies, offering a spectrum of products from rolling stock to baseboards, accessories, die-cast vehicles, buildings, 3D printed detailing and more. Bachmann were also at the show, displaying highlights from its range of 00, N and 009 models, including a selection of forthcoming pre-production samples. Hornby magazine's latest 00 gauge exhibition layout, Natford TMD, was on display across the weekend, set in the mid to late 1980s period for this event, with 1 or 2 new visitors appearing on the layout in the form of Accurascale's brand new 00 gauge Class 37 4s and Western Region's Siphon G vans. This was the first time the layout had appeared in public with the newly illuminated depot interior and yard lights in operation, which attracted lots of positive feedback from visitors and also enabled us to populate the interior with a few cameo scenes. Our popular Fairley Signad Dar 009 layout also made a welcome return to the event, populated with a host of sound-fitted motive power, which inspired many questions about how this was installed in such small locomotives. Other highlights included Boston Model Railway Club's 00 gauge Titan Hall Yard, a super selection of steam era and contemporary layouts across the scales, and not surprisingly, a host of superb narrow gauge railway layouts with full-size examples outside. As well as the Model Railway exhibits, the admission price also included unlimited rides on the Statfold Barn Narrow Gauge Museum's outdoor attractions, with several of the railway's extensive collection of locomotives in operation, including Quarry Hunslet 3903 Statfold, Peckett 060 Saddle Tank 2050 Harrogate, and Hudswell Clark 060 Pannier Tank 1172 Alpha, while the Burton and Ashby tram was also in operation. For those aiming for a more hands-on experience, the railway was also offering driver for a fiver opportunities, with Bagnall 042 Tank 3023 Isaac offering wannabe drivers the chance to have a go. Also outside, stationary steam and traction engines were on display, as were a selection of vintage buses from Transport Museum Whitehall, some of which were also providing the free shuttle service between the museum and Tamworth Town Centre. The museum's extensive collection of locomotives were also on display within the museum complex, and outstanding roundhouse. A visit to this was a must. Just observing the sheer number of locomotives on display was guaranteed to take your breath away. And with so much to see, the weekends simply flew by. If you missed this year's event, don't panic, make a date for next year's show, which is set to take place on April 13th and 14th, 2024.
I'm Anthony of AGR Model Railway Store in Leighton Buzzard, Bedfordshire. We stock the whole ranges for N, O, and O, all the major brands, for DC modelers and DCC modelers. We have a full DCC sound install, which can include sound, smoke and lights. We offer a range of Pico 009 exclusives, and we are also UK's biggest importer of Batman USA Thomas and Friends models. Got great links to the M1. We have mail order, which you can order through the website www.agrmodelrailwaystore.co.uk. We're actually just off the Leighton Buzzard High Street. We're in High Street Mews, so if you look for Costa Coffee, directly opposite you can see us and the sign.
I'm Adam Davis of Rails of Sheffield Limited. We're a family-run business. We've been trading for over 50 years now. We've also been voted Retailer of the Year for the last 2 years running. We sell any age, any gauge, tens of thousands of items for all major manufacturers, continental, American, from your N gauge, Z gauge, right up to live steam, ride-on. We do many in-house exclusives, all available on our website, railsofsheffield.com. The address here is 21 to 29 Chesterfield Road, Sheffield, SA0RL.
Oh, Statfold. This is my first time here, and this is the second time you've been, but I've got to say,
yeah.
I'm massively impressed with what's here. What a collection.
It's one of those things, I don't know when you came through this morning to have a look around, but when I visited here last year, walked into the roundhouse here, that moment that you're here and you go, you just see all these wonderful locomotives, and then you walk through and there's locomotives above your head, and then you walk outside and you've got the various gauge trains outside as well as the trams. It's just fantastic.
And there's even one named after me here as well.
Is there really?
Yeah, there is a Michael upstairs.
Wow. Trust you to have found that.
Yeah, trust me, yes. But yeah, what a brilliant show. Loved the railway, loved all the things going off outside as well. And so impressed by how many locomotives are in operation as well.
Yeah.
And the restorations are excellent as well.
The amount of railwayana around. Yeah. I mean, I love railway signs. I like that sort of thing. There's just so much of it.
Absolutely.
Amazing.
And we were busy on the stand as well. So we had
Yes.
our new diesel depot layout here.
Indeed.
We had Felis and Adar, our really very popular 009 narrow gauge layout as well. And we also had, obviously, we had the new diesel depot kits on display on the diesel depot layout as well. Both the diesel depot kits and the new GCR bridge kits are all available for sale on the Key Model World shop as well. That's keymodelworld.com/shop. And well, yeah, it's been great to showcase the layouts, see everyone who's here as well. And well, I'm looking forward to being back at our next show.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, there's always so much to look at here and see. I'm looking forward to a trip on the bus as well, actually.
Yes.
I like the classic buses that they've got.
Yeah, some very nice vehicles here. Right, so on to our next feature tonight. So we're going to go and move on and look at the brand new Hornby TXS and HMDCC Bluetooth control system to give you a first look and a bit more in-depth knowledge about what that can do.
So today we're talking Hornby's Triplex Sound, or TXS.
Yes, and not just Triplex Sound, which is a brand new series of sound decoders, but also a little bit about the HMDCC, or HM7000 if you prefer, app control as well for these, which is, well, I'm totally impressed already, and you'll see why in a minute. So.
This is a revolutionary design, isn't it? Because it's using Bluetooth technology.
Yes, right. So conventionally with DCC systems, we power the locomotives and we send all the signals to the locomotives to instruct them to do sound functions, light functions, change the motor speed. That all goes through the track. What the new HMDCC system does is it still requires a track power supply in order to power the locos, but all those signals which have usually gone via the rails are now going via the air through a Bluetooth connection instead. So no longer you're having to tell your locomotive to do something via the track. You're just instructing the decoder via the air through Bluetooth to do exactly the same thing.
So the train is capable of taking the power through the track. The message is going from your handheld device to the brain of the locomotive, and then it's just operating at the speed that
yeah, that's right. Yeah, so that's then it means that if you've got your smartphone or your tablet, you've got it in your hand, you're communicating directly with the loco, and that gives you an instant connection, which means that all the time you've got no more reliance on the rails to deliver your signals. There is also an option where you can switch the locos over to be controlled by standard DCC as well. So there's a function switch on the app that the Hornby created, so you can change over. So you can then go, watch. You know, I'm going around to a friend's house. I want to drive it through a conventional DCC handset. I can do that as well.
So how does the sound get to the decoders?
Right, so the decoders come preloaded with a generic steam locomotive sound, so whichever one of the decoder types you buy. So the TXS system now is available with 21-pin, 8-pin and next 18 decoder sockets on it as well. So a lot more interfaces than the previous twin-track sound that we did as well. Like I say, it's got a generic steam sound on it, and then through the app you can then upload your own choice of sound file to that decoder. So you select the locomotive, you find it on your app, connect it up to the app so the Bluetooth signals sync between the locomotive decoder and the app, and then from there you can then send across a sound file of your choice from Hornby's library to put it into your locomotive.
Wow.
So for example, the Hornby HSTs are on here now, they've both got the new TXS 21-pin decoders inside them, but they came with a generic steam sound in them. I've then uploaded a HST Valenta engine sound into them, and they now sound like they should do.
And how long did that take?
That took about 15 minutes per loco, depending on how good your internet connection is for the phone. So I think if I was using just a standard phone signal rather than a Wi-Fi, I think if we using Wi-Fi it would have been quicker as well. But it is a very easy process to complete.
Now at the moment, I believe the app is available for iOS devices, isn't it? But Android version is due soon.
Yes, that's right. So it's come out first on the Apple App Store, and it's going to be on the Android Google Play Store as well, to be able to use it across those two different types of platforms and across both smartphones and tablets as well.
The sound, once you've downloaded it and you've got it in your HST, the nice thing about it, I understand, is that should you wish, you could just redo the decoders with a completely different sound.
That's right. I could make it sound like a 9F or a Merchant Navy or a Class 47 or actually there's no 47 available just yet on it, but they're building up the portfolio of sounds. So, but yes, there's the whole selection of sounds that are available that you can upload onto the locomotive sounds.
How complicated is the app to operate?
I think I got hold of it very quickly. I think it took a sort of 10-15 minutes to get used to how to work a way around the app and to learn the functionality of it, and then I was able to get the locos up and running. Like I say, I had the HSTs up and running within about half an hour of downloading the app onto my phone. Like I say, it took about 10 to 15 minutes per power car to actually upload the sounds and get everything set up and update all the firmware on the chips as well. But it is a very slick operation.
Now, you mentioned about the fact that it has Bluetooth and it has DCC capabilities. How do you flick from one to the other?
Right, so to change between Bluetooth control and digital control, there's just a slider switch on the app. You just slide that across and you switch it to operate between the different systems. It can also be powered on an analog control system as well, but with that you have to have the analog control power turned up to the full 12 volts and you will only be able to drive the motor functions on it.
So no sound function?
No sound function with DC operation, yeah. And
talking of non-sound decoders, there's a range of motor control decoders as well.
Yes, that's right. Yeah, so the Bluetooth system isn't just restricted to sound decoders. There are standard motor control ones coming as well. They'll be available in 21-pin, 8-pin, and 6-pin variants as well.
So Mike, how much and availability?
Right, so all these new HM7000 series products are available now. So that's covering the TXS decoders with Bluetooth connectivity and the app as well. And they're all now available from Hornby stockists. The prices are starting from, well, it depends what you're looking at. So for the sound decoders, they start from about the £60 mark. And then for the other accessories to go with it as well, for example, buying a 4-amp power supply is about £60 for it, but if you want to have a little upgrade dongle for it, then some of the components start about £8 a piece. It's a really comprehensive system. We've got a full list of all the components for it in the latest issue of Hornby magazine.
I'm Jack, and welcome to Hatton's Model Railways in Widnes. Here at Hatton's, we stock over 13,000 different product lines, and we also have a huge range of pre-owned items ranging from everything from UK outline, USA outline, Japan. You can also sign up to daily notifications, so whenever we add new pre-owned stock, you can go straight to the website and get first dibs on those too. We also offer a trunk service here at Hatton's that enables you to purchase items and make sure you've secured them. We'll keep them here safely for you, and you can even combine them with other orders and have them all shipped out together. That even enables you to save on postage costs, and it's great for overseas customers as well. So we're here in our curbside pickup lockers, so anyone who is local to Hatton's, you can have your order placed online or over the phone and have it placed in one of our lockers as you see here. Truly easy to just come and collect your key, pick it up any time of day, 24/7, you can come pick up your order. Our customer experience team is available from 9:30 a.m. to 5:30 p.m, 7 days a week UK time. You can place orders, query anything, and you can also speak to our product expert team who are available to give you expert full-on guidance with our entire product range. They can get in touch via email, social media, live chat, or phone.
Introducing Key Model World, your new online destination for everything railway and scale modelling. Featuring exclusive videos and features, unseen images, step-by-step guides, railway history, and the latest news. Plus, it's home to our full layout build series.
But I'm going to stop you right there, though, because I didn't do this. This is all you're doing.
Join us for the latest content from Key Publishing's modelling titles, Hornby Magazine and Airfix Model World. Sign up today for as little as £3.75 per month, or if you're a magazine subscriber, bolt Key Model World onto your subscription package now. For more details, visit keymodelworld.com.
So Mike, really exciting development, TXS.
It certainly is. There's loads of functionality in it, a really bright future and something really revolutionary exciting for digital control.
You can read the full feature on that in our latest issue of Hornby magazine, HM191, on sale now.
That's right, and if you fancy getting our content online, we've also got keymodelworld.com, where we've got a huge archive of model railway content in there as well, and that's available to buy right now. And it also gives you access to all of our exclusive videos, including our brand new Building a Diesel Depot video series as well. And I should mention as well, once you're subscribed with your monthly payment there, you're getting full access to all of that archive as well, not just that new piece of content.
And that brings us to the end of this show.
It certainly does. The end of another Key Model World TV show. Thank you very much for watching. We hope you enjoyed this latest one, and we'll see you next time.